Whom therefore you ignorantly worship, him declare I unto you. This portion of Acts, the speech Paul gave at the Areopagus, is one of the best pieces of biblical text we have in both understanding better the Christian faith for ourselves, as well as how to explain it to unbelievers. In a few short sentences, Paul outlines what is of primary importance, how to explain it, and what to expect in return. His tone is excellent. So often today we hear Christians bickering with each other over the tone we should be using to communicate the faith to the unbelieving world. On one side, there are those who would throw out the truth of the gospel with no consideration for the listener, while at the other extreme, there are those so twisted up in trying to meet people where they are, they distill all the power out of the message. Enter St. Paul. He finds the point of meeting the unknown God. So far, so good for our Stoic and Epicurean friends. Yet as he goes on, he pulls no punches. This universe is a creation, not an accident. God is a spirit, both omniscient and omnipresent. All humans are equal by virtue of a common ancestor, Adam. God now calls all people to repent or turn away from their evil, and the dead will rise. Perfect truth and perfect manners, the ideal ambassador of the Lord. Note also the fact that Paul thinks these points are what are most important to include in his speech. These are the things that people like the ancient Greeks think about, and the postmodern Western world thinks in a way eerily similar to ancient Greece. Everything on this list punctures a hole in every important part of the secular Western worldview. Finally, look at what causes scoffing: the resurrection of the dead. This is where things get serious. Everything leading up to this point can be syncretized. The airy-fairy partial Buddhists who do a bit of yoga, recycle correctly, and wear badges with slogans can just as easily incorporate those things into their existing beliefs as those who see the world as logical and predictable as the crease on their trousers. But as soon as you talk about Christ's victory over death, everything becomes real. This is what Paul refers to in another place as the cross being the power of God. What joy, what peace, what blessed assurance Christ's death and resurrection gives to the believer. It is the turning point of history, the hinge of humanity's future. The death of death in the death of Christ, his subsequent resurrection and ascension into glory, everything comes back to the cross.